Welcome back to Better Comma Podcast. Today we're going to be going over 5 books that we have owned for a bit and want to move up on our TBR and get them read.
Yep.
So if you want to hear what we have, join us. All right, guys. As some of you guys know, we do have a problem and have bought books that have sat on our shelves for quite some time without us reading them. So we're
Years.
just going to share a few each of what we have and
Are attempting to read this year. Attempt.
yeah, I'm trying to be,
Like I said, it's
yeah,
dream.
yeah. We're just going to share them with you in hopes that they get read this year.
Or
So
maybe
Colette, what?
it'll be
uh,
something you like, and then you can read it and tell us about it.
or you've already read it and you have like some way to entice us into reading it sooner than
Hmm.
we have planned. Colette, what's your first book?
So if you are a OG, you've been with us since the very first video, then you know in the very first video we ever posted on this channel, I talked about the Jasad Air.
Don't you have 2 copies of that?
No,
That gee, why do I always do? Okay.
Air. And this girl I was watching told me about the book. I love saying telling me, like she's talking to me directly, but you know how I mean. Anyways, she told me about the book, and I said, "Oh, that sounds fantastic." Now, if you ask me what the book is about, I don't know. So let me go ahead and read it to you. 10 years ago, the kingdom of Jasad burned. Its magic was outlawed. Its royal family murdered. At least that's what Sylvia wants people to believe. The heir of Jasad escaped the massacre, and she intends to stay hidden, especially from the armies of Nazal that continue to hunt her people. But a moment of anger changes everything. When Aaron, the Nazal heir, tracks a group of Jasadi rebels to her village, Sylvia accidentally reveals her magic and captures his attention. Now Sylvia is forced to make a deal with her greatest enemy, help him hunt the rebels in exchange for her life. A deadly game begins. Sylvia can let Aaron discover her identity, even as hatred shifts into something more between the heirs. And as the tides change around her, Sylvia will have to choose between the life she wants and the one she abandoned.
That sounds good though.
Sounds delightful.
It's a pretty cover too.
It really is. And then Illumicrate has a special edition. Fun fact, y'all. Illumicrate, you do not need a membership to buy their special edition books. You can just go on the site, and if they have it available, you can purchase it.
I love that.
So they have it's a duology. They have the first and second books in special edition. So I was like, if I like it enough, I'll buy it, but we'll see. What's yours, Liz?
So the first one I have, I don't remember when I bought it. I know I got it at Target because the sticker's on here
Mm-hmm.
with little marks that shows I try to get it off. But it's The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Is it good? I've seen so many mixed reviews. Like,
So here's how I felt about that book. I feel like I saw the reviews. So I feel like a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, this was not mind changing. This is not mind blowing." But it's basically telling you your life will have issues no matter what life you have.
mm,
So that is her problem. She always wishes she can have something different or better. I
okay.
liked it.
So, let's see here. Between life and death, there's a library. Up until now, Nora Seed's life has been full of misery and regret. She feel, she feels she has let everyone down, including herself, but things are about to change. When she finds herself in the Midnight Library, she has a chance to make things right. The books in the Midnight Library enable Nora to live as if she had done things differently. Each one contains a different life, a possible world in which she made different choices, that played out in an infinite number of ways, affecting everyone she knew as well as many people she never met. With the help of an old friend, she can now undo every decision she regrets and as she tries to work out her perfect life. But things aren't always what she imagined. They imagined they'd be. And soon her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question: what is the best way to live? I can see why I would have picked this up.
I read it. I liked it. I don't remember what I read it. Oh, let's see. What did I rate that book? What's it called? The Midnight Library?
Yes,
Midnight
ma'am.
Library. I gave it 4 stars.
Ooh. Okay, so that one definitely moved up on my TBR. What's your
My
next
next book. This book is when I remember having a conversation with you and I said, I want to get into dark academia. This is the book that I
one?
saw.
Uh, go ahead.
This is the book that I saw where I was like, ooh, that sounds delightful.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Ace of Spades. Okay, okay.
So, first of all, I saw the cover and I thought the cover was gorgeous. And then someone was explaining it. They was like, yeah, it's a dark academia. I said, wait a minute, what? They go to school? Let's go. Let's see. So let me read it to you. When two Nevius Private Academy students, Devin Richards and Chamaka Adebayo, are selected to be part of the elite school's senior prefects, it looks like their year is off to an amazing start. If you don't know, in England, because we had it in Jamaica, a prefect is like
Like a team lead.
hmm?
Like a
No, a
team
prefect
lead.
is like the hall monitor, but like for high
Okay.
school.
And it's
But
another
you
student.
are yeah, but you are usually really good in classes, like your grades are wonderful. You're like a prefect is top of the tier class. So you're not just a prefect just because you applied and you want to be that. Like you have to fit all of the credentials. You always look the part, you speak well, you want to have this type of career, you're on that trajectory. That's a prefect.
Okay.
Um After all, it only does. Let's try that again. After all, not only does it look great on college applications, but it officially puts them in the running for valedictorian too. See what I'm talking about? Shortly after the announcement is made, though, someone who goes by Aces begins sending anonymous text messages to reveal secrets about the two of them that turn their lives upside down and threaten every aspect of their carefully planned futures. As Aces shows no sign of stopping, what seemed like a sick prank quickly turns into a dangerous game with all the cards stacked against them. Can David and Chamaka stop Aces before things become incredibly deadly? With this heart-pounding suspense and relevant social commentary comes a high octane thriller. This was her debut book. I heard a lot of good things about this book. So this is like what's that? What's that? Pretty Little Liars. I'm for it. What's your next book?
My next book is, again, don't know when I got it. Um, A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik.
That's so pretty.
Right? It's dark academia. That's why I was like,
Naomi Novik.
yeah.
Wait, Naomi Novik. Naomi Novik.
Okay.
I
Okay,
know, right?
so
I was like, I know that name.
this one, I'm sorry guys. I lost my glasses and this is like all shiny, so bear with me. Uh I decided that Orion Lake needed to die after the second time he saved my life. Girl, what? Everyone loves Orion Lake, everyone else that is. As far as I'm concerned, he can keep his flashy combat magic to himself. I'm not joining his pack of adoring fans. I don't need help surviving in Scholomance, I think. Even if they do. Forget the hordes of monsters and cursed artifacts. I'm probably the most dangerous thing in the place. Just give me a chance and I'll level mountains and kill untold millions. Make myself the dark queen of the world. At least that's what the world expects. Most of the other students in here would be delighted if Orion killed me, like one more evil thing that's crawled out of the drains. Sometimes I think they want me to turn into the evil witch they assume I am. The school certainly does. But the Scholomance isn't getting what it wants from me, and neither is Orion Lake. I may not be anyone's idea of the shining hero, but I'm going to make it out of this place alive, and I'm not going to slaughter thousands to do so either. Although I'm giving serious consideration to just one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've had it for
Maybe
some
she's
time.
mental, or maybe he's not as good as people think he is.
I don't think she's mental from just that, Collette. I think people want her to be mental, and she's like, I'm not doing it.
And that's why I said maybe he's not as good as people think he is.
Yep.
And she knows. This book I got 2 years ago, simply because it's beautiful.
Don't hate me. I have that too.
Chloe Gong, Foul Lady Fortune. Tell me this is not a gorgeous book. Isn't it lovely?
All of her books are so
Yo,
pretty.
I don't know who the illustration person is for her books, but my God, they need a raise.
Yeah.
I own so many Chloe Gong books
Me too.
simply because they're beautiful.
Have we read any of them?
Not a one. And honestly, they might just sit there forever. All right, let's see. It is 1931 in Shanghai, and the stage is set for a new decade of intrigue. 4 years ago, Rosalind Lang was brought back from the brink of death, but the strange experiment that saved her also stopped her from sleeping and aging, and allows her to heal from any wound. Okay, so she's Wolverine. Cool, cool, cool. Um, In short, Rosalind cannot die. Now, desperate for redemption from her traitorous past, she uses her abilities as an assassin for her country. Codename Fortune. Okay. But when the Imperial Japanese Army begins its invasion march, Rosalind's mission pivots. A series of murders is causing unrest in Shanghai, and the Japanese are under suspicion. Rosalind's new orders are to infiltrate foreign society and identify the culprits behind the terror plot before more of her people are killed. To reduce suspicion, however, she must pose as the wife of another nationalist spy, Orion Hong. Ooh, Orion. Orion Hong.
Hmm.
And though Rosalind finds Orion's cavalier attitude and playboy demeanor infuriating, she is willing to work with him for the greater good. But Orion has an agenda of his own, and Rosalind has secrets that she wants to keep buried. As they both attempt to unravel the conspiracy, the two spies soon find that there are deeper and more horrifying layers to this mystery than they ever imagined. So, mm-hmm. She's pretty. But yeah, that actually sounds really good. I probably should read it, but
It's
I
like
didn't
I
even know
can
what the
see
book was
why we
about. I just
bought
got it because it was pretty.
it. Well,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least it's not just pretty. It sounds really good. So my next one is by an author. This is the only book that I haven't read by this author. Um, I believe it's a young adult. She is a young adult author.
Mhm,
So it is When We Were Them by Laura Taylor Nemeh.
mhm,
And she wrote A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow.
mhm,
Oh, I have the receipt in here. Um, Now, the week of graduation, Willa is left with only a memory box filled with symbols of friendship she has nearly destroyed, a book of pranks, corsages from a nightmarish homecoming, a greasy pizza menu, greeting cards with words that mean the world. It's enough to make Willa wonder how anything could tear her loose and Brighton apart. But as Willa revisits the moments when she and her friends leaned on one another, she can't avoid the moments when they leaned so hard. Their friendship began to crack. As Willa tries to find a way back to Luce and Brighton, she must confront the why of her betrayal and answer the questions she never saw coming. Who is she without them? I really bought this because it was by the author, and I liked all her other books that I've
mhm.
read by her. So, yeah, that's it, guys.
Okay. This one I got last year. I got this like right after it was released because I was supposed to read it. I didn't. The Prisoner's Stone by Holly
Holly
Black.
Black. I love Holly Black though.
Yeah, I read the first book. Liz and I were supposed to go to one of her book signings. That didn't work out.
Did not go.
Um, but I went and got this. This is the exclusive edition. I guess this is the Barnes and Noble edition of this book. This is a follow up to what was the other one? I can't remember the name. Anyways, it's a duology. So, Prince Oak is paying for his betrayal. Imprisoned in the icy north and bound to the will of a monstrous new queen, he must rely on charm and calculation to survive. When High King Cardan and High Queen Jude go to extremes to retrieve their stolen heir, Oak must decide whether to attempt to regain the trust of the girl he's always loved or remain loyal to Elfhame and Ren's reign, even if that means ending her too. With a new war looming on the horizon and treachery lurking in every corner, neither Oak's guile nor his wit will be enough to keep everyone he loves alive. It's just a question of whom he will dream. Or I'm sorry, whom he will doom. So that's the next reason I didn't read this. I know Cardan and Jude is going to be in this. If you don't know Cardan and Jude, they're from the Cruel Prince trilogy that she has. And then Oak is Jude's little brother.
If you
Yeah.
remember correctly.
No, I knew he was related. Actually, it's kind of incestuous. Anyways, I'm not gonna go from there. And so they're gonna make an appearance in the book, and a lot of people were happy about that. But I was like, I don't want it to take away from Oak's story because I felt like he deserved his own story. So I'm gonna get to it, but you know. Next year on the list.
So this book, I actually do know when I received it. It was back in 2011. No?
Oh,
Yep.
14 years ago.
Yep. I worked with this beautiful young lady named Shayna, and we became office besties. And she came in one day and she's like, "You need to read this." Um, I believe it was like an Oprah book club pick and everything. It's called, maybe you've heard of it. It's called Little Bee by Chris Cleave. I think I'm saying his name right.
Uh-uh.
Um, the way she talks about it is the way you talk about how the lemon tree grows.
Mm. As long as the lemon trees grow.
As long as the lemon trees grow. So, like all the emotions and stuff. So it has a little. We don't want to tell you what happens in this book. It is truly a special story, and we don't want to spoil it. Nevertheless, you need to know enough to buy it. So we will just say this. This is the story of two women. Their lives collide one fateful day, and one of them has to make a terrible choice. The kind of choice you hope you never have to face. 2 years later, they meet again. The story starts there. Once you have read it, you'll want to tell your friends about it. When you do, please don't tell them what happens. The magic is how the story unfolds.
That's how you sell a book. That is how you sell a book.
So, Little Bee.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
That's nice. And then this one I got last year. This is the final one, y'all. I got this last year. This was actually gifted to me. Yep, gift receipt is in here. My brother bought this for me. This is called Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult. Fun fact, Jodi Picoult, I want to say all of her books are banned in the state of Florida. So,
Are they?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. In the public school libraries in Florida, right?
Uh-uh.
Like they're not available to children.
Correct. But I got it. This is a Good Morning America book club pick. I didn't even know they had a book club pick, but, you know. This is a soul stirring novel about what we choose to keep from our past and what we choose to leave behind. I just want to point out, I literally put this on my reading list simply because a lot of people were raving about it. I don't know what this book is about. So, Olivia McAfee knows what it feels like to start over. Her picture perfect life, living in Boston, married to a brilliant cardiothoracic surgeon, raising their beautiful son, Asher, was upended when her husband revealed a darker side. He cheating, girl. Mm. She never imagined that she would end up back in her sleepy New Hampshire hometown, living in the house she grew up in and taking over her father's beekeeping business. Lily Campanello is familiar with do-overs too. I promise I could read. I promise. When she and her mom relocate to Adams, New Hampshire for her final year of high school, they both hope it will be a fresh start. And for just a short while, these new beginnings are exactly what Olivia and Lily need. Their paths cross when Asher falls for the new girl in school, and Lily can't help but fall for him too. With Ash, she feels happy for the first time, yet she wonders if she can trust him completely. Then one day, Olivia receives a phone call. Lily is dead, and Asher is being questioned by the police. Olivia is adamant that her son is innocent, but she would be lying if she didn't acknowledge the flashes of his father's temper in Ash. And as the case against him unfolds, she realizes he's hidden more than she's shared with her. Your son crazy. He liked to kill women. He did it. That's the moral of the story. I'm gonna read it though. That sounds good. I might read that this year.
It does sound, and you said you've been wanting to get into thrillers. That sounds like right up that alley.
hmm
Um, so my final book, this monstrosity, has been on my shelves all probably since 2012. Okay. I met a nurse. She saw I was reading a book. She's like, "Oh, you like to read?" I'm like,
I
"Yeah,
don't believe you. You ain't gonna get to that book.
I
I'm gonna be negative
love
Nancy.
I love reading." She's like, "Oh, let me tell you about this book my son got, and he
hmm
couldn't put it down. It's a
hmm
monster of a book, but
hmm
he swears it's the best book he ever read." I'm like, "Bet, I'm buying it." I bought it. And every year I tell myself,
I'm gonna
when
read it during
October,
Halloween.
when October comes around, I'm gonna read this book. Every year I do it to myself. And every year I have not read it. And the thing is that people still rant and rave about this book. Literally in my psychological thrillers book club, if any of you guys are followers, hey, love that book. Anyway, on Facebook. Facebook. And I've seen it pop up even more, so I'm like, it's called House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. Danielewski? Okay. This is not, let me show you a regular book. Okay. The size is different. Okay. I did try to start it one day, but let me show you the inside. Okay. And then it like changes. There's like side notes in some of the pages. Of course, I'm not turning to any of the page. Then it like, yeah, it's just crazy. Now let me tell you what it's about. Years ago, when yeah, no, that's it.
Okay.
Got thrown off a little bit. I know I did not pay fit. Anyways, years ago, when House of Leaves was first being passed around, it was nothing more than a badly bundled heap of papers, I believe it. Parts of which would occasionally surface on the internet. No one could have anticipated the small but devoted following this terrifying story would soon command. Starting with an odd assortment of marginalized youth, musicians, tattoo artists, programmers, strippers, environmentalists, and adrenaline junkies. The book eventually made its way into the hands of older generations, who not only found themselves in those strangely arranged pages, but also discovered a way back into the lives of their estranged children. Now, for the first time, this astonishing novel is made available in book form, complete with the original colored words, vertical footnotes, and newly added second and third appendices. Did I say that right? Anyway. The story remains unchanged, focusing on the young family that moves into a small home on Ash Tree Lane where they discover something terribly wrong. Their house is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Of course, neither Pulitzer Prize winning photojournalist Will Navidson nor his companion Karen Green was prepared to face the consequences of that impossibility until the day their two little children wandered off and their voices eerily began to return another story of creature darkness, of an ever-growing abyss behind a closet door, and that unholy growl which soon enough would tear through their walls and consume their dreams.
Liz would tell me about it. I would never.
Oh, look, I found. See, like there's stuff scratched out. There, it's
Pretty cool.
just
So
like
it's like you're kind of like reading the
goodness.
minds of other people,
I
like
guess so.
their notes. Wow.
Maybe one day I'll get to it and I'll tell you guys about it.
All right. Well, those are our books, you guys.
Yes. Yes. Thank you guys so much. Let me know. Have you read any of these books that we've put on here? Let me know your thoughts. Let Collette know your thoughts. Like, should we move them up? Should we keep them low in the TBR? I don't know. Let us know. You can either let us know here or you could obviously you need to subscribe to us here. But you can also let us know on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Mhm.
Follow us on those as well. We thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.